What is up, guys and girls? Hurricane Liz here, back for another video. And in this video, we're going to tackle that done with you store. And I'm going to show you the software that I had to figure out. And I don't know if you want to call this figuring it out, but you're going to see just how clumsy I am on a brand new Walmart store with some brand new software that's got all the bells and whistles to run the store for you. So I'm super fired up to show this to you. I hope you're fired up. Let's do this. All right, so here we are in the back end of the Done With You store, and we are using the software called Ecom Circles. Now, do keep in mind that there's several different ways to do Walmart. I've talked about those in a couple other videos. This is a Done With You. However, there's a full-on Done For You automation where it handles A to Z, everything from sourcing products to customer service to fulfilling the items to dealing with all of the mumbo jumbo that there is involved with selling on Walmart. Now, if you want to schedule a call with me to find out more about these options, my email is below in the description box. But let's go ahead and hop on in and talk about this software. And just a warning before we even get started. I'm not an expert in this software, but I slowly am becoming one. And I feel that by the end of this whole series, however long it does go, I will have mastered it quite well. And I will be honest with you guys, it is doing pretty good. I mean, I like it a lot. I see how it can be managed both ways, both without the software as well as with the software. And I've learned a lot of other parts of doing Walmart. It's a part that I never knew, since I usually run full-on automation stores and use spreadsheets and stuff like that to manage it. Well, this is kind of a lot nicer. So this is like the Lamborghini of cars versus you do it the other way. You're kind of dealing with a Corvette of sorts. And it's probably not even a Corvette. It's more like a souped up Honda Accord. I don't even know if they make those cars. But either way, here we are on the back end. Last time on a video, we talked about all the little subsections of the software that we have here, including if we jump into the dashboard. Now, I will say this much. There are certain elements about this that I've not completely done, and I'll talk about that more as I go along. There's certain things that you have to enter from a manual perspective, especially if you're using third-party software to do shipping like ShipStation. Not everything integrates with it. It obviously does connect to the API at Walmart, and pretty much I know some people are like, oh, Liz, you act like I know everything about computers. I don't. Okay, I get it. So it connects to Walmart and gets the data from Walmart, but it won't connect to stuff like ShipStation. So I've got to enter that manually. And also, since this is done with you, the listings that are uploaded to here, sometimes there are mistakes on listings. And so I do know that we've got a better ability to be able to scrub them and make sure they all make sense and they all are profitable and they're not confused with any other listing, because that is common in the dropshipping space. I will say that up front. So what we have done is upgraded the whole system. Now it picks a lot more products that are on point and you won't have as many mistakes, because at the end of the day, when you have a human element to this and somebody is physically sourcing the products, you're almost always going to have mistakes here and there. So expect that to happen when you first start. And so it's real important to do and take certain steps. Now, I haven't taken those steps just because I'm kind of managing this myself and I'm kind of very busy, but by the next video, you'll see that I've taken those steps. I'm building out the SOPs, which is just short for standard operating procedures, so that my employees will take this over eventually and will know which things that they have to focus on. That way I don't have to do it. So it's a lot of work for me right now, but that's okay. This is kind of how I work in every one of my businesses. We need to make sure that somebody can take over at some point. So these are the listings. This is what's happening, estimated ship fees and all that good stuff. And also, sometimes the shipping fees are a little off. They could be a little bit more or a little bit less. It goes either way. And these are as accurate as they possibly can create, but ultimately you get the final number at ShipStation, and that's what you end up having to pay. But let's go into the orders, which we'll see that we've been getting some orders. The dashboard should at some point make sense as to what we've had in sales. Like right now it's saying 1821, so let's take a look. That probably means we've only had one sale today, which is fine. It on average is getting between 2 and 5 sales a day, which is good since the store just started and we haven't full on released all the listings that we can put on here. And that's primarily because I needed to make sure systems were in place and I knew how to work the software, because if not, you could just imagine it could be a real shitstorm if I don't know what the hell's going on, and it could just be a hot mess. So right here, it looks like we've got an order for some cream. It was about 18 bucks. And yesterday there was an order on the 4th, so now we've got our first order on the 5th. So I do imagine that we'll get at least one more order. So what happens now? Well, it's simple. We have started to receive some packages at the residential address. And so now the part that comes into play is capturing those packages and then putting them and making sure that they're boxed up. Now, if you're brand new to this and you've never done that, this could present a number of problems. So let's talk about those so you already know those. And then I'll kind of talk about what third party we're using in order to fulfill the shipping. So the problems that can be presented when you start to get packages, there's a few. First and foremost, you're going to need to have repackaging material. That includes boxes, as well as sometimes you'll need like the bubble stuff or some kind of thing that you can fill the boxes with. You'll also need tape and tape guns to make it easier. You're also going to need labels and a printer, so you're either going to need to print them out via the printer, or you can also buy a label printer that will do this for you. Anything that works together well with ShipStation. And that's pretty much it, what you need on hand. You're also going to need the ability to have a USPS close by. That's where I've primarily been sending packages through USPS. Lucky for me, it's right across from my apartment building. However, these packages are going to my partner's house, which is a little further out. It's about 25 minutes without traffic for me. So I usually will go over there and check on things once in a while. So you're going to need to have a lot of these things on hand. The other problem that it is going to present is sometimes you'll get situations where when there's mistakes, the numbers don't make sense. So you either have to decide to eat the cost, or number 2, try and get the customer to cancel the order, and or 3, send them something in lieu and then get them to cancel once they receive it so that they ask for a refund. So that's a couple choices that you have when you first get started in order to make this run a lot smoother. That is 100% going to happen because, like I said, there's a human element involved in this, and VAs do make mistakes. So expect those things when you jump in. Now, the next thing that has to happen, so we started to receive the packages. We're ordering them regularly from Amazon, and they're shipping to our warehouse. We're going to have to connect this to a shipping outlet. In this case, we went with stamps.com and our ShipStation. ShipStation is just an upgraded version of stamps.com. ShipStation costs $9 a month, and you do get a trial run of this. So far, I've had no problem using ShipStation. I, again, connected this to Walmart, and Walmart is downloading the orders here, so I can easily just jump into an order and click on it, and then use these things here. So I connected it to, I went over here to connections, and I went over here to shipping, and then connected it to a carrier, and then added, you can see my balance right now on stamps.com is $77.88. So it added that. And then if I go back to the account and look at the orders, I can easily just jump into here. And then you click this little calculator to estimate costs for shipping. So you can put the weight here, like let's say it's 2 pounds, you can put the weight there and then estimate this. It knows that it's shipping from us in Miami and it's going out to somewhere else. And you know, it's actually, I got to check these things because this is not the right postal code. So there might have been a couple errors, and that's what I'm talking about, that you got to double check everything. So I will be checking that and making sure that that's all in play and everything looks good. But that's connected, that's working, and everything is getting shipped out. And now the only shitty part is that you do have to manually enter the tracking numbers and stuff into here so that they get marked off and so that everything stays together and in line. And that's pretty much it once you do that. Now, the other couple things that you do have to handle, just FYI, is you still have to answer customer service emails, so remember that. And then you still got to enter the number on the back end. And there's a couple things that you need to check off in the software to make sure it's all working. I will talk about those things on another video. For now, I just wanted to handle the part that we're at, which is we're already receiving packages, we're already repackaging them, and we're already shipping them out to the customer and creating the whole label and everything through ShipStation. But in the next video, I'll talk about some of the little odd parts that I wasn't able to cover yet that you do have to do in the software in order to make everything get smoothly and show you that real profit that you're making after all costs involved. But other than that, that's it for this video. Again, my email is below whether you want to talk about a full-on done-for-you automation store and or a done-with-you, which is what I'm doing in this video. Either one's available. I would love to jump on a call and talk, and I will see you guys next time.